Did you know that two lions guard the gates of the sun in ancient Egyptian mythology, watching over both dawn and dusk? Let's meet them. Ancient Egypt was a land of mysteries, where every sunrise and sunset carried spiritual significance. Among its sacred symbols, lions held a special place as protectors, guides, and guardians of cosmic order. Today, we explore the mystical Aker lions, the twin deities who personified the very horizon itself, ensuring the sun's safe passage through the treacherous realms of night and its triumphant return at dawn. These were not just beasts of the wild. They were cosmic forces, embodying the cyclical nature of time, life, death, and rebirth. In a civilization obsessed with the eternal journey of the soul, Aker represented one of the most fundamental concepts: the seamless transition between yesterday and tomorrow, darkness and light. The Aker lions are typically depicted as a pair of lions sitting back to back, a powerful and elegant symmetry that is deeply symbolic. Between them, they support the horizon, represented by the hieroglyph Aket*, which shows the sun disk rising or setting between two mountains. This imagery is not merely decorative. It is a profound theological statement. One lion, named Dusk, faces east, representing yesterday and the dawn. His name means today or morning, and he is the guardian of the sun's emergence from the underworld. The other lion, Seth, faces west, representing tomorrow and the dusk. His name translates to yesterday or evening, and he watches over the sun as it descends into the darkness. Together, Dusk and Seth form Aker, a single yet dualistic deity who controls the entire celestial pathway. Their unique back-to-back posture signifies their dominion over the past and the future. They look in opposite directions, encompassing the whole of time. This made Aker an essential figure in the Egyptian understanding of eternity. While gods like Re governed the sun's journey during the day and Osiris ruled the underworld, Aker controlled the liminal spaces, the critical moments of transition. They were the gatekeepers of the horizon, the very points where the world of the living touched the realm of the divine and the dead. Their presence ensured that the cosmic order, or ***, was maintained, preventing the forces of chaos, embodied by the serpent Apep, from swallowing the sun and plunging the world into eternal darkness. The origins of Aker are ancient, predating many of the more famous gods of the Egyptian pantheon. References to this lion deity can be found in the pyramid texts, some of the oldest religious writings in the world, dating back to the Old Kingdom around 2400 BCE. In these early texts, Aker is described as a chthonic, or earthbound deity associated with the depths of the earth and the underworld. The very name Aker is believed to be derived from a word for earth or ground. This connection to the earth is logical, as the horizon is where the sky meets the land. Aker was thus seen as a personification of the earth itself, opening up to swallow the sun at night and giving birth to it again in the morning. In these early beliefs, Aker was also a protector of the deceased pharaoh. The pyramid texts contain spells that invoke Aker to ensure the king's safe passage into the afterlife. The pharaoh would identify with the sun god Ra, and just as Aker protected Rhea, he would also protect the king's soul on its journey through the underworld. Spells call upon Aker to open the gates of the earth for the king, allowing him to ascend to the heavens and join the imperishable stars. Aker's role was to provide a stable and secure path, shielding the pharaoh from the dangers that lurked in the darkness, such as venomous serpents and malevolent spirits. This protective function highlights the deep trust the Egyptians placed in this powerful primal deity. As Egyptian theology evolved, particularly during the New Kingdom, Aker's role became even more defined within the solar cycle. In the funerary texts of this era, such as the Book of Gates and the Mduat, Aker is explicitly shown guarding the entrance and exit of the underworld. The Mduat, which details the sun god Ra's 12-hour journey through the night, depicts the solar bark passing through the body of Aker. In this context, Aker is imagined as a vast tunnel-like passage within the earth, with the two lions guarding its two ends. The journey begins as Ra's bark enters the western gate, guarded by Seth, and concludes when it emerges from the eastern gate, watched over by Dusk. This journey was fraught with peril. The underworld was a realm of chaos, populated by demons and the great serpent Apep, Ra's eternal enemy. Aker's role was not passive. The lions were active defenders of the sun god. They were believed to neutralize the threat of poisonous snakes by biting and immobilizing them, ensuring the solar bark could pass unharmed. In some texts, the ground of the underworld itself is said to be Aker's coils, which trap and destroy the enemies of Re. Their roars were thought to scare away demons, and their sheer physical power created an impenetrable barrier against the forces of dissolution. By guaranteeing the sun's rebirth each morning, the Aker lions were not just protecting a deity. They were ensuring the continuation of life and order for the entire universe. The symbolism of the lion in ancient Egypt cannot be overstated, and it is key to understanding Aker's importance. Lions were revered for their strength, courage, and regal presence. They were seen as the ultimate protectors, and the pharaoh himself was often depicted as a lion or a sphinx, a hybrid of a lion's body and a human head, to emphasize his power and divine authority. The goddess Sekhmet, a fierce warrior and protector of Ra, was depicted with the head of a lioness. Lions were associated with royalty and divinity, making them the perfect guardians for something as vital as the sun. The Aker lions, as a pair, doubled this protective power. Their duality also reflected the Egyptian love for symmetry and balance, a core principle of Mot. Just as there was day and night, life and death, order and chaos, there were two lions to maintain the equilibrium between these opposing forces. Beyond the major funerary texts, Aker's influence can be seen in various aspects of Egyptian culture. Amulets bearing the image of the Aker lions were popular, believed to offer personal protection against snakes and other dangers. These amulets would be worn by the living or placed on mummies to safeguard the deceased in the afterlife. The image of the two lions back to back also appeared on magical objects, and even on furniture such as headrests. A headrest, which supported the sleeper's head, was symbolically seen as a miniature horizon, lifting the person between the realms of consciousness and unconsciousness, much like the Aker lions lifted the sun. Sleeping on such a headrest was thought to protect the sleeper from nightmares and evil spirits that might attack during the vulnerable state of sleep. Interestingly, Aker was also associated with oracles and prophecy. Because the lions guarded the boundary between yesterday and tomorrow, they were believed to possess knowledge of both the past and the future. Some interpretations of religious texts suggest that Aker could be consulted for wisdom and guidance. The deity's voice was said to be the rumbling of the earth, a deep and ancient sound that carried profound truths. This oracular function tied into their role as guardians of cosmic secrets, holding the keys to the mysteries of time itself. Despite their profound importance, the Aker lions never developed a large, centralized cult with dedicated temples. Unlike gods such as Amun-Ra or Isis, Aker remained a more abstract, cosmological deity, a fundamental force of nature rather than a personable god who interacted directly with humanity's daily affairs. Their worship was integrated into the broader solar and funerary beliefs. They were honored in hymns to Re and invoked in spells for the dead, their presence assumed and respected as an unchangeable part of the cosmic architecture. Their power was primal, existing at the very foundation of the world, and thus did not require the same kind of daily worship as the state gods. In the end, the Aker lions represent one of the most elegant and powerful concepts in Egyptian mythology, the guardians of eternity's gate. They are the silent, ever-vigilant watchers at the edge of the world, ensuring the perpetual cycle that governed all existence. They teach us that every ending is also a beginning, that light will always emerge from darkness, and that the passage of time is held in a sacred protective balance. The image of two lions back to back, holding the sun, is a timeless symbol of protection, transition, and the unwavering rhythm of the cosmos. So the next time you watch a sunrise or a sunset, you can imagine the mighty Aker lions, Duej and Seth, fulfilling their eternal duty as the mystical watchers of Egypt, forever guarding the journey of the sun. Have you ever wondered what secrets lie buried beneath the sands of time in ancient Egypt? Beyond the famous pyramids and pharaohs, there's a world brimming with mystical beings and powerful symbols. Today, we re-journeying deep into the heart of Egyptian mythology to uncover one of its most fascinating and enigmatic figures, the Aker lions. Who were these twin guardians, and what cosmic secrets did they protect? Join me as we explore the story of the lions who held the sun, the sky, and the very fabric of time in their powerful gaze. So, who exactly are the Aker lions? Imagine two majestic lions sitting back to back. One gazes eastward, its eyes fixed on the horizon where the sun god Re begins his daily journey, heralding the dawn. This lion is often called Duej, meaning yesterday. The other lion faces west, watching as Rayo completes his voyage and sinks below the horizon, bringing the night. This one is named Sefer, which means tomorrow. Together, they form Aker, a single dual-natured deity. They aren't just simple statues or drawings. In the minds of the ancient Egyptians, they were the living embodiment of the horizon itself, the sacred gateway between the known world and the mysterious underworld, the duet. These lions weren't just watching the sun. They were guarding the entire cyclical nature of existence. Think about it. Yesterday and tomorrow, sunrise and sunset, life and the afterlife. The space between the two lions represented the present moment, the today. This was the path the sun boat of Ra traveled each day. So, when an Egyptian saw the sunrise, they didn't just see a new day. They saw Ra emerging from the eastern gate, protected by one Aker lion. And as it set, they envisioned it passing safely into the underworld, watched over by the other. Aker was the ultimate gatekeeper, ensuring the seamless transition between light and darkness, day and night, ensuring that the cosmic order, or Mat, was maintained. You can find depictions of the Aker lions in some of the most sacred texts of ancient Egypt, like the Book of the Dead and the Pyramid texts. In these funerary papyri, Aker is shown guarding the entrance and exit of the underworld. For the deceased soul, navigating the duat was a perilous journey filled with demons and trials. Aker's presence was a sign of protection. The lion's role was to open the gates of the earth for the soul to pass through, but also to keep hostile forces trapped within the underworld, preventing them from escaping into the world of the living. Their dual nature was a powerful symbol of balance. They provided safe passage for the worthy, while acting as an impassable barrier to chaos. Interestingly, the Aker lion's symbolism goes even deeper. Because they guarded the threshold between the past and the future, they were believed to possess profound knowledge. They knew the secrets of what had been and what was to come. However, their knowledge wasn't something they shared freely. They were silent, stoic watchers. Their power was in their presence, a constant, reassuring force that the universe was in safe hands. This concept of guardianship is so potent. It's not about active intervention, but about maintaining the stability and rhythm of the cosmos through unwavering vigilance. They are the silent sentinels at the edge of eternity. Now, let's connect this to the most famous lion-like monument in the world, the Great Sphinx of Giza. For a long time, historians and Egyptologists have debated the Sphinx's original purpose and identity. One compelling theory, known as the Horizon of Giza theory, suggests that the Sphinx itself could be a representation of one of the Aker lions. The Sphinx faces directly east, perfectly aligned to greet the rising sun on the equinoxes. Is it possible that there was once a second, westward-facing Sphinx on the Giza Plateau? Imagine a colossal pair of lions mirroring the Aker symbol, guarding the entire necropolis. While there's no conclusive archaeological evidence for a second Sphinx, the idea is incredibly tantalizing and fits perfectly with the Aker mythology. The Sphinx we see today might just be one half of a monumental celestial clock. The influence of Aker didn't just stay in religious texts. It permeated Egyptian culture. Amulets in the shape of the double lion were popular, believed to offer protection during life and in the afterlife. People would wear them to invoke the lion's power to ward off evil spirits and to ensure safe passage through life's transitions. Even in furniture design, you can see the twin lion motif. Beds, for example, were sometimes decorated with lion heads and tails, symbolizing the sleeper, resting safely between the realms of yesterday and tomorrow. Protected by Aker as they journeyed through the dream world, which was seen as a state similar to the underworld. So what makes the Aker lions so enduringly powerful? I think it's their connection to concepts that are universally human. We are all, in our own way, standing between our past and our future. We look back on yesterday with nostalgia or regret, and we look forward to tomorrow with hope or anxiety. The Aker lions remind us that this passage of time is a natural, protected cycle. They symbolize the stability that underpins all change. They teach us that every sunrise is a new beginning and every sunset is a peaceful conclusion, and that there is a powerful, silent force ensuring this rhythm continues day after day, for eternity. They are more than just mythological creatures. They are a philosophical concept carved in stone and written on papyrus. They represent the balance at the heart of the universe, the harmony between opposites. Light and dark, birth and death, past and future. The Aker lions show us that these aren't opposing forces to be feared, but complementary parts of a whole, each with its own sacred purpose. They are the divine guardians who ensure that the sun will always rise again, bringing with it the promise of a new day. So the next time you watch a sunrise or a sunset, take a moment to think of the Aker lions. Picture those two majestic guardians, one welcoming the light and the other bidding it farewell. Remember the ancient Egyptians who saw in this daily spectacle a profound cosmic drama, a testament to the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth, all watched over by the silent, powerful lions of the horizon. They are a beautiful reminder that even in a world of constant change, there are timeless forces that provide balance and protection. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of Egyptian mythology. I hope you found the story of the Aker lions as fascinating as I do. Ever wondered who guarded the sun before it rose and after it set? Ancient Egypt, a civilization of profound mysteries and celestial wisdom, had an answer. It wasn't a single deity, but a powerful pair of lions, forever bound to the horizon, the Aker lions. Today, we journey back in time to uncover the story of these mystical guardians of dawn and dusk. The Egyptians were master astronomers. They didn't just see the sun, moon, and stars. They saw a cosmic drama playing out above them every single day. Their lives, their agriculture, and their spirituality were all deeply intertwined with the cycles of the heavens. Central to this entire system was the sun god Ra and his daily journey across the sky. But this journey was fraught with peril, especially at its most vulnerable moments: sunrise and sunset. To ensure the sun could rise again and bring life to the land, they believed in powerful protectors at the edges of the world. Imagine the sun as a magnificent barge sailing across a celestial ocean. This wasn't just a poetic idea, it was a core belief. Each day, Rhea would embark on a perilous voyage. He'd travel across the sky from east to west, bringing light and warmth to the world of the living. But when night fell, his journey wasn't over. He had to travel through the Duat, the treacherous underworld, battling forces of chaos like the serpent Apep to be reborn at dawn. This entire cycle, this endless loop of death and rebirth, was the engine of the universe. The moments of transition from darkness to light, and from light to darkness, were the most critical. And at these cosmic gates stood the Aker. Aker itself isn't just two lions, but a single ancient earth deity. Often depicted as a strip of land with a human or lion head at each end, Aker represented the horizon. This duality is key. The two lions were often shown back to back, facing away from each other. One lion faced east, where the sun would emerge, and the other faced west, where it would descend. They were the sentinels of the liminal spaces, the guardians of the portals between the underworld and the world of the living. Their names were often Duage, meaning yesterday, and Seth, meaning tomorrow. Between them, they held the present moment. The today, symbolized by the sun disk nestled in the valley created by their backs. They literally held time itself. Let's travel to the eastern gate. As the world lies cloaked in pre-dawn darkness, the eastern Aker lion stands watch. This isn't just a passive guard duty. This lion is the bouncer of the cosmos, ensuring that only Rhea's solar barge can pass through. It protects the nascent sunrise from the lingering horrors of the night. It's a symbol of hope, renewal, and the promise of a new day. When you see the first rays of sunlight cresting the horizon, you're witnessing the success of this divine guardian. The Aker of the East has done its job, releasing the sun from the underworld and allowing it to begin its life-giving journey. This lion represents birth, new beginnings, and the triumphant victory of light over darkness. It has the powerful force that pushes back the chaos and allows order to be restored with every single sunrise. Now, let's fast forward 12 hours. The sun has crossed the sky, its journey nearly complete. As it dips below the western horizon, painting the sky in fiery colors, it's met by the second Aker lion. This is the guardian of the sunset, the keeper of the west gate. Its role is just as crucial, but its symbolism is different. This lion watches over the sun's descent into the dangerous realm of the Duat. It ensures a safe passage into the underworld, protecting the sun god as he begins his nocturnal battle against the forces of chaos. This guardian represents the end of a cycle, a necessary death before rebirth. It symbolizes rest, the passage into the unknown, and the trust that the sun will be kept safe during its dark journey. While the eastern lion is about a triumphant emergence, the western lion is about a safe and sacred retreat. So the Aker lions weren't just statuesque figures. They were active participants in the most important story the Egyptians told, the story of the sun. They embodied the fundamental rhythm of existence, the endless cycle of sunrise and sunset, of life and death, of yesterday and tomorrow. They were the physical manifestation of the horizon, the guardians who ensured that this cosmic clockwork never failed. By watching over the sun's entry and exit, they maintained Mat, the divine order and balance of the universe. Their back-to-back posture is a powerful visual metaphor. They look to the past and the future, but together, they create and protect the present. They remind us that every new day is a victory, and every sunset is a promise of return. Their influence can be seen in Egyptian funerary texts and art. In the Book of the Dead, the deceased would often appeal to Aker to open the gates of the earth for them, allowing them to pass through the underworld and be reborn, just like Rhea. Having the favor of the Aker lions meant you had a guide and protector at the most critical transitions of your own afterlife journey. They weren't just guardians of the sun. They became guardians of the soul. Their imagery even extended to practical items, with chairs and beds sometimes decorated with lion figures, symbolizing protection for the living and the sleeping, a small-scale echo of their grand cosmic duty. They were a constant, reassuring presence, a symbol that no matter how dark the night, the guardians of the horizon were on watch, waiting to welcome the dawn. So next time you watch a sunrise or a sunset, take a moment. Think of the ancient Egyptians and their mystical guardians, the Aker lions. See the eastern lion Duaj pushing back the darkness to grant us a new day. And as the sun disappears, picture the western lion, Seth, standing guard, ensuring its safe passage until it can return once more. The Aker lions are a beautiful reminder that even in the vastness of the cosmos, the most fundamental cycles are protected, ensuring that dawn always follows dusk. Have you ever gazed at the sunrise or sunset and felt a sense of ancient magic, as if you were witnessing a sacred ritual? In ancient Egypt, this daily miracle was guarded by two powerful mystical beings, the Aker lions. These weren't just any lions. They were the divine guardians of the horizon, the very keepers of time itself. Today, we journey back to the land of the pharaohs to uncover the secrets of Aker, the double lion god who watches over the delicate balance between yesterday and tomorrow. The Aker lions are one of the most fascinating and ancient symbols in Egyptian mythology. They are typically depicted as two lions sitting back to back, facing opposite directions. Between them, you'll often see the hieroglyph for horizon, which looks like a sun disk nestled between two mountains. This powerful image represents the rising and setting of the sun, the very cycle of day and night. One lion, named Duaj, represents yesterday and faces west, where the sun disappears into the underworld. The other, Sefer, means tomorrow and faces east, eagerly awaiting the sun's rebirth at dawn. Together, they form the entity known as Aker, a primal earth god who controlled the gateway to the underworld. Imagine this. Every single night, the sun god Re would journey through the treacherous underworld, and it was Aker's duty to open the gates for him to pass through safely and rise again the next morning. Without Aker, the sun might be swallowed by the darkness forever, plunging the world into eternal night. This role made Aker incredibly important. The ancient Egyptians believed that the universe operated on a principle of cosmic order and balance, known as Mat. The predictable cycle of the sun was the ultimate symbol of this order. Aker's unwavering guardianship ensured that this cycle continued, protecting the world from chaos and destruction. They weren't just gatekeepers. They were the guarantors of cosmic stability. The imagery of Aker was so potent that it appeared in some of the most sacred texts, like the Pyramid texts and the Book of the Dead. In these funerary spells, the deceased pharaoh would call upon Aker to protect them during their own journey through the underworld. Just as Aker protected Ra, the hope was that he would also guard the soul of the departed, ensuring their safe passage and ultimate rebirth in the afterlife. So, when a person died, they weren't just facing the unknown. They were entrusting their spirit to the same divine lions that guarded the sun itself. But what does this ancient myth mean for us today, thousands of years later? The symbolism of the Aker lions is timeless. They represent the eternal flow of time, the bridge between our past and our future. Duaj, the lion of yesterday, reminds us that our past is a part of us. It's the foundation we stand on, full of lessons learned and experiences that have shaped who we are. We can't change the past, but like the setting sun, we can let it go with grace, knowing it has served its purpose. Then there's Sefer, the lion of tomorrow, who gazes eastward with hope and anticipation. He embodies the promise of a new day, a fresh start, and endless possibilities. Every sunrise is an invitation to begin again, to create a better future. Sefer teaches us to look forward with courage and optimism, knowing that no matter how dark the night, the dawn will always come. The space between the two lions, the present moment, is where we live. It's the now, the horizon where yesterday and tomorrow meet. Aker teaches us to be fully present in this moment, balanced between reflection on our past and hope for our future. It's in the present that we have the power to act, to make choices, and to shape our destiny. By honoring our past without being trapped by it, and by looking to the future without being anxious about it, we can find our own sense of inner balance and peace. Think of the Aker lions as your personal spiritual guardians. When you feel stuck, dwelling on past mistakes, remember Duaj. Acknowledge the past. Thank it for its lessons, and then turn your gaze forward. When you feel anxious about what's to come, think of Sefer. Trust that you have the strength to meet the new day and embrace the potential it holds. The ancient Egyptians saw divinity in the natural world, in the rising and setting of the sun, and they created the Aker lions to give a face to this powerful force. These mystical watchers weren't just characters in a story. They were a way to understand the profound mysteries of time, life, and rebirth. They remind us that every day is a sacred cycle, a chance to let go of what was and embrace what will be. So next time you watch the sun dip below the horizon or see its first rays paint the morning sky, take a moment to think of the Aker lions. Feel their ancient power guarding the gateway of time. Let them inspire you to find balance in your own life, to honor your journey, and to greet each new dawn as the beautiful, hopeful gift that it is. The guardians of dawn and dusk are still watching, reminding us of the eternal rhythm of the universe and our own place within it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of ancient Egyptian mythology. Have you ever gazed at the sunrise or sunset and felt a sense of ancient power, a feeling that something mystical is at play? What if I told you that the ancient Egyptians believed two majestic lions were responsible for this daily miracle? Welcome back to our channel, where today we journey into the heart of Egyptian mythology to uncover the secrets of Aker, the divine guardian of the horizon. Aker isn't just one god, but a pair of lions seated back to back. One faces east, towards the dawn, and the other faces west, towards the dusk. Their names were Duaj, meaning yesterday, and Sefer, meaning tomorrow. Together, they formed a powerful symbol of the cyclical nature of time, the eternal dance between past and future. Imagine this. The sun, represented by the god Ra, had to pass through the very bodies of these two lions each day. In the morning, Ra would emerge from the eastern lion to bring light to the world. And at night, he would enter the western lion to begin his perilous journey through the underworld, the Duat. Aker, therefore, was the literal gateway between the world of the living and the realm of the dead, the guardian of the threshold between day and night. But Aker's role was far more than just being a cosmic gatekeeper. These lions were seen as protectors of the dead and, most importantly, of the sun god Ra himself. The underworld was a dangerous place, filled with serpents and demons, most notably the chaos serpent, Apep. Apep's sole purpose was to swallow the sun and plunge the world into eternal darkness. Aker stood as a formidable barrier against this threat. Ancient texts, like the pyramid texts, describe how Aker would neutralize the venomous bite of serpents, rendering them harmless before they could reach Ra. Think of Aker as the ultimate security detail for the sun. The Egyptians believed that if Aker ever failed, the sun would not rise and chaos would reign. Their presence ensured the stability of the entire cosmos, the predictable and life-giving cycle of day and night. Aker's influence extended beyond just protecting Ra. He was also a chthonic deity, a god of the earth. His lion forms were believed to hold the earth steady, preventing it from collapsing into the watery abyss of Nun that the Egyptians believed surrounded the world. In this sense, Aker was a foundation, a pillar of stability for the very ground they walked on. This connection to the earth also made him a protector of the deceased. Tombs were often seen as gateways to the afterlife, similar to the horizon Aker guarded. By invoking Aker, the ancient Egyptians hoped to secure a safe passage for their loved ones into the next world, protecting them from the same underworld serpents that threatened Ra. Magical spells and amulets bearing the image of Aker were used to ward off snakes and other dangers, both in this life and the next. His dual nature, guardian of the sky and master of the earth, made him an incredibly powerful and versatile protector. Now, let's explore how Aker fits into the grand, interconnected web of Egyptian deities. Mythology is never about isolated figures. It's a cosmic family drama, and Aker had some fascinating relationships. One of the most significant was with Geb, the earth god. While Aker represented the physical stability and protective power of the earth, Geb personified the earth's fertility and life-giving properties. You could say Aker was the earth's muscle and Geb was its soul. They worked in tandem. Aker kept the underworld serpents at bay, ensuring the ground was safe, while Geb made that same ground fertile and abundant. Their roles were complementary, showcasing the Egyptian genius for creating a balanced and harmonious pantheon where every deity had a crucial part to play in maintaining cosmic order, or Mat. Another key relationship was with the sun god Ra, which we've touched upon. Aker wasn't just a passive gatekeeper. He was an active and loyal ally. Their relationship was one of mutual dependence. Ra needed Aker's protection to complete his daily journey, and the world needed Ra to survive. This celestial partnership was at the very core of Egyptian cosmology. Every sunrise was a testament to Aker's victory over the forces of chaos, a daily reaffirmation of order and life. The image of the sun disk nestled between the two lions became a powerful symbol of renewal and protection, a popular motif found on everything from royal furniture to protective amulets. It served as a constant reminder that even in the darkest night, the guardians of the horizon were watching, ensuring that the dawn would always come. Perhaps one of the most intriguing connections is between Aker and Horus, the falcon-headed god of kingship and the sky. This relationship highlights the delicate balance of divine protection. Horus, in his role as the protector of the living pharaoh and the Egyptian state, governed the world of the living. Aker, as the guardian of the horizon and the underworld, protected the realm of the dead and the cosmic order. They were two sides of the same protective coin. Horus guarded the kingdom of men, while Aker guarded the journey of the gods and the souls of the deceased. Together, they provided a complete shield, protecting Egypt from threats both earthly and supernatural. In some texts, Horus is even seen calling upon Aker's power to help him in his battles, demonstrating the respect that even the most powerful gods had for the twin lions. This shows us that in the Egyptian worldview, protection was a layered concept, with different deities safeguarding different aspects of existence, all working together to uphold Mat. So the next time you watch the sun dip below the horizon or burst forth in the morning, remember the ancient story of Aker. Remember the two mighty lions, Duaj and Sefer, who hold the past and the future in their gaze. They are more than just mythical creatures. They are a symbol of balance, protection, and the unbreakable cycles that govern our universe. Aker teaches us that every ending is a new beginning, and that even in the face of chaos, there are powerful forces ensuring the return of the light. The guardians of dawn and dusk are ever watchful, a timeless testament to the ancient Egyptians' profound understanding of the cosmos. Have you ever gazed at the sunrise or sunset and felt a sense of ancient magic? What if I told you that the ancient Egyptians believed this daily spectacle was guarded by a powerful two-headed lion god? Today, we journey back in time to uncover the secrets of Aker, the mystical watcher of Egypt's horizons. Aker is one of the oldest deities in the Egyptian pantheon, a primordial earth god whose very name means one who bends or curves, likely referring to the curve of the horizon. Unlike the grand temples dedicated to gods like Ra or Isis, Aker's presence was more subtle, yet profoundly important. He wasn't just a god of the earth. He was the embodiment of the horizon itself, the sacred threshold between the known world and the mysterious Duat, the underworld. Imagine two lions sitting back to back. One faces east, where the sun god Ra begins his daily journey, and the other faces west, where Ra descends into the darkness. These two lions form the hieroglyph for Aker. The lion facing east was called Duaj, meaning yesterday, while the one facing west was named Sefer, meaning tomorrow. Together, they symbolized the eternal cycle of time, guarding the past and the future. In the center, nestled between them, was the symbol for the horizon, a sun disk cradled between two hills. This powerful image represents the present moment, the fleeting now that exists between what has been and what will be. Aker's role was crucial for the sun's journey. Each morning, he would open the gates of the eastern horizon, allowing Ra to emerge in his solar bark and bring light and life to the world. And every evening he would open the western gates to welcome Ra back into the underworld for his perilous nightly voyage. Aker was the gatekeeper of cosmic order, ensuring the sun rose and set without fail. Without Aker, the Egyptians believed, the world would be plunged into eternal darkness or blinding, unending light. He maintained the delicate balance that sustained all of creation. This guardianship extended beyond just the sun. The pyramid texts, some of the oldest religious writings in the world, describe Aker as a protector of the deceased king. As the king's soul journeyed into the afterlife, it had to pass through the earth. Aker, as the earth god, would ensure the king's safe passage, protecting him from the dangers lurking beneath the surface. He was a benevolent force for the righteous, but a terrifying one for those who sought to disrupt cosmic harmony. Venomous snakes, believed to inhabit the underworld, were no match for Aker. He could neutralize their venom, making the path safe for the sun god and the souls of the dead. One text even describes him pulling the venom from the body of a person bitten by a snake, acting as a divine healer. So, where does the beloved cat goddess Bastet fit into this cosmic picture? While Aker represents the raw, primordial power of the earth and the horizon, Bastet represents a more refined protective force. Originally a fierce lioness warrior goddess, she gradually evolved into the gentler cat goddess we know today, a guardian of the home, fertility, and childbirth. Think of it this way, Aker guards the grand cosmic household of the universe, while Bastet guards the intimate, personal household of humanity. They are two sides of the same protective coin. Aker is the mighty lion at the edge of the world, keeping cosmic chaos at bay. Bastet is the watchful cat by the hearth, warding off unseen evils from the family. Their connection can be seen in the symbolism of the lion itself. In ancient Egypt, the lion was a symbol of royalty, power, and ferocious protection. Both Aker and the early form of Bastet shared this leonine nature. They were both solar deities, connected to the power of the sun god Rhea. Some myths even describe Bastet as the Eye of Ra, a powerful entity sent to protect him. In this role, she would ride on his solar bark, defending it from the serpent Apep, much like Aker protected the gateways of the sun's journey. Together, Aker and Bastet demonstrate the Egyptian concept of Mat, the principle of truth, balance, and cosmic order. Aker maintains this balance on a massive universal scale, controlling the very passage of time and the movement of the sun. Bastet brings this same principle of harmony and protection down to a human level, ensuring peace and safety within the community and the home. He is the guardian of the macrocosm. She is the guardian of the microcosm. Their complementary roles created a powerful shield of protection, ensuring harmony from the vast expanse of the cosmos right down to the smallest Egyptian family. The duality of Aker, with his two heads facing opposite directions, is a perfect illustration of the Egyptian worldview. They didn't see concepts like light and dark or life and death as warring opposites. Instead, they saw them as essential complementary parts of a unified whole. Light and dark were not good versus evil. The light of day, brought by Re, was a time of growth, activity, and life. The darkness of night was not an end, but a necessary phase of renewal. It was during the night that Re journeyed through the underworld, battling forces of chaos, to be reborn, rejuvenated at dawn. Aker, by guarding the gates of dawn and dusk, wasn't just letting the sun in and out. He was facilitating this crucial process of cosmic regeneration. He was the master of the transition, understanding that darkness was essential for the return of light. Similarly, Aker's domain bridged the worlds of the living and the dead. As an earth god, he was literally the ground beneath their feet, the foundation of life. But the earth was also where the dead were buried, the gateway to the afterlife. For the ancient Egyptians, death was not a final end but a transition to another form of existence. Aker's role was to ensure this transition was smooth and safe. He embodied the belief that life and death were two sides of the same eternal cycle. His two heads, looking to yesterday and tomorrow, show that the Egyptians understood life as a continuous journey, where the end of one phase is simply the beginning of another. This cosmic harmony, this acceptance of duality was central to their culture, and Aker was its silent, powerful symbol. While Aker might not have the star power of Ra or Anubis, his importance cannot be overstated. He represents one of the most fundamental concepts in Egyptian spirituality, the power of the threshold, the magic of the in-between. He is the guardian of every sunrise and every sunset, the keeper of the past and the future, the protector of life's journey and death's transition. He is the quiet strength of the earth, the silent watcher on the horizon. So the next time you watch the sun appear in the morning or disappear in the evening, take a moment to think of Aker. Think of the two great lions, Duaj and Sefer, holding the present moment between them, ensuring the eternal rhythm of the universe continues. Aker teaches us that every ending is a new beginning and that there is a profound grounding power in the cycles that govern our world. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of ancient Egyptian mythology. If you enjoyed uncovering the secrets of Aker, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the ancient world. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Let me know in the comments which ancient deity you'd like to explore next. Until then, stay curious. Have you ever felt caught between yesterday and tomorrow, between a past you can't change and a future you can't predict? What if I told you that the ancient Egyptians had a powerful symbol for this exact feeling? A symbol of two lions, seated back to back, guarding the delicate balance between all that is yet to come. These are the Aker lions, the mystical watchers of Egypt, and their ancient wisdom holds surprising relevance for our lives today. Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the timeless secrets of ancient civilizations. Today, we're journeying back to the land of the pharaohs to meet the Aker lions, a fascinating and often overlooked deity in the Egyptian pantheon. Forget the usual gods like Ra or Anubis for a moment. Aker is something different, something more primal. Aker represents the very horizon itself, the threshold between worlds. The Aker lions were typically depicted as two lions sitting back to back. One faced west, towards the setting sun and the land of the dead, representing yesterday, or Seth in ancient Egyptian. The other faced east, towards the rising sun and the world of the living, representing tomorrow, or Duwei. Between them, they would often hold the sun disk, cradling it as it passed through the underworld during the night, ensuring its safe rebirth at dawn. Think about that imagery for a second. These two powerful creatures weren't just guarding a physical place. They were the guardians of time itself. They controlled the gateway through which the sun god Re had to pass every single night on his perilous journey. For the Egyptians, this was no small task. The underworld was filled with dangers, and if Ra failed to emerge, the world would be plunged into eternal darkness. The Aker lions were the celestial bouncers, the ultimate gatekeepers, ensuring the cosmic order was maintained. Their presence guaranteed that the sun would rise again, that a new day would dawn, and that life would continue. But this isn't just an ancient myth. The Aker lions offer us a profound spiritual lesson. They teach us about the power of the present moment. We all have a yesterday lion and a tomorrow lion within us. The yesterday lion looks back at our past, our triumphs, our mistakes, our regrets. It holds the memories and experiences that have shaped us. The tomorrow lion looks forward to our future, our hopes, our dreams, our anxieties. It represents all the potential and uncertainty that lies ahead. Many of us spend our lives being pulled in one direction or the other. We get stuck dwelling on past hurts, replaying old conversations and wishing we could change what's already done. Or we become consumed by anxiety about the future, worrying about what might happen and trying to control outcomes that are beyond our reach. We're either chained to the past or paralyzed by the future. This is where the wisdom of Aker becomes so powerful. The true strength of the Aker lions wasn't just in their individual power, but in their balance. They sat back to back, acknowledging both the past and the future, but their ultimate function was to guard the present, the now, the space between them. Where the sun disk rests is the present moment. It's the only place where true life, action, and transformation can happen. So how can we apply this ancient symbolism to our modern, hectic lives? It starts with mindful awareness. We can learn to be the guardian of our own internal horizon. When you find your mind drifting into regret about the past, acknowledge your yesterday lion. Thank it for the lessons it holds, but don't let it drag you into its cave. Recognize that the past is a source of wisdom, not a place to live. Similarly, when you feel overwhelmed by anxiety about the future, acknowledge your tomorrow lion. Recognize its desire to prepare and protect you, but don't get lost in its endless what-ifs. The future is a realm of possibility, not a script that's already written. Worrying about it doesn't change it. It only robs you of your peace today. The real magic happens in that space between the two lions. It's about bringing your full attention to the here and now. What can you do right now? What can you appreciate right now? Who can you connect with right now? This is the space where you are in control. You can't change yesterday and you can't fully predict tomorrow, but you can choose your actions, your attitude, and your focus in this very moment. Think of the Aker lions as a daily meditation. Each morning, as the sun rises, imagine your tomorrow lion greeting the new day with hope and potential. Each evening, as the sun sets, imagine your yesterday lion peacefully watching over the day that has passed, letting it go. And throughout the day, center yourself in the space between them. Feel the stability and strength that comes from being grounded in the present, supported by the lessons of your past and inspired by the possibilities of your future. This isn't about ignoring the past or being unprepared for the future. It's about integration. The lions are connected. They are two parts of a single whole. Your past informs your present, and your present actions create your future. By honoring both without being controlled by either, you achieve a state of powerful equilibrium. You become the master of your own timeline, the guardian of your own dawn and dusk. The Aker lions were believed to neutralize any threats, whether physical or magical. By invoking their energy, you can do the same for the negative thought patterns that threaten your peace of mind. When a regretful memory surfaces, imagine the yesterday lion calmly absorbing it, rendering it powerless. When a wave of anxiety about the future hits, imagine the tomorrow lion standing firm, reminding you that you have the strength to face whatever comes. This ancient symbol is a beautiful reminder that our power doesn't lie in changing what was or controlling what will be. It lies in our ability to be fully present, to stand firmly at the threshold of our own lives, and to consciously choose how we navigate the journey from dusk to dawn. The Aker lions teach us that the greatest protection we have is a balanced and centered mind, grounded in the power of now. So the next time you feel torn between yesterday and tomorrow, picture those two majestic lions back to back, holding the sun. Take a deep breath and find your place in that sacred space between them. That is where your true power resides. That is where you become the guardian of your own destiny. What do you think? Does this ancient symbolism resonate with you? Have you ever wondered who guarded the sun as it traveled through the mysterious underworld each night? In the incredible world of ancient Egyptian mythology, this crucial task fell to a fascinating and powerful deity known as Aker. But Aker wasn't just one being. He was a pair of majestic lions, forever bound together, yet always looking in opposite directions. These aren't just any lions. They are the guardians of the horizon, the very threshold between the living and the dead, the known and the unknown. One lion, named Dusk, represents yesterday and gazes westward, watching the sun set and enter the treacherous realm of night. The other lion, Seth, meaning tomorrow, faces eastward, eagerly awaiting the sun's glorious rebirth at dawn. Together, they form a complete picture of time itself past, present, and future, all held within their powerful watch. Imagine the Egyptian worldview. The sun god, Ra, was the source of all life. His daily journey across the sky was a symbol of order and renewal. But his nightly journey through the Duat, the underworld, was perilous, filled with monsters and chaos. The Aker lions acted as the celestial gatekeepers. Their bodies formed the very tunnel through which Ra's solar barge would safely pass. They were the first and last line of defense, ensuring that the sun would always rise again, bringing warmth, light, and life back to the world. This powerful imagery wasn't just a story. It was deeply woven into Egyptian beliefs about life and the afterlife. The Aker symbol often appeared on magical items and in funerary texts, like the Book of the Dead. It was a potent charm, believed to grant the deceased protection on their own journey through the underworld. Just as Aker guarded Ra, it was hoped they would also guard the soul of the departed, protecting them from the venomous snakes and demons lurking in the darkness, and helping them be reborn into the eternal afterlife. Interestingly, the Aker lions also had a connection to the earth itself. The name Aker is linked to a word for earth, and he was considered an ancient earth god, even older than the well-known god Geb. In this role, the lions were seen as guardians of the underworld's entrance, controlling the passage not just of the sun, but of souls. Their roar was thought to cause the ground to tremble, showing their immense power over the very foundations of the world. They were the junction of heaven, earth, and the underworld, a truly cosmic force. So the next time you watch a sunrise or a sunset, take a moment to think of the Aker lions. Picture these two majestic guardians, eternally watching over the horizon, ensuring the cycle of day and night continues. They are a beautiful reminder of the ancient Egyptians' profound understanding of time, transition, and the delicate balance between light and shadow. They are the silent, powerful watchers at the edge of the world. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into ancient mythology. If you enjoyed learning about the Aker lions, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.